Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the beautiful foundation building here in Carlsbad, New Mexico. And this is Channel 23's The Faces of Carlsbad, a program that we bring to all of you wonderful viewers out there to meet people you might know, people that you've never met before. And we have a lot of very lovely women that we interview.
Oh, no!
And then we have some ugly-looking men, but that's okay. I'm the ugliest of the lot. I want you to know that. And we're sponsored by that wonderful Intrepid Potash Company. And today we're very privileged to have a very young lady with us today, and her name is Yavonne Orlson. Did I say it right, Yavonne?
Yeah.
Thank goodness, I finally got something right. You know, if I misspell something or make a mistake in pronunciation, do you know Mr. Lutman? He's a cameraman, and he gets so angry with me, it's unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, you should see the fits he's thrown. Well, anyway, we're glad to have you here. I want to shake your hand, and I want to make you feel welcome and relaxed, okay? I've heard a lot of nice things about you, and we're going to find out a little bit about you and where you grew up, and tell us about your mom. Tell us if she's a real nice lady, if she give you spankings, you know, if you misbehave and things like that, okay?
Right.
Okay, tell us where were you born?
Here, Carlsbad.
In Carlsbad.
Yeah.
And as you've grown up, you entered our school system, I trust, right?
Yeah.
And what school did you attend when? What grade are you in now, I should ask?
Ninth.
Ninth. What elementary school did you attend?
I went to Emmett, and then I went to Pate.
Emmett and Pate. Two good schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I taught at Sunset and Eddy, and when we would go out to play Pate School, in particular in football, we could never win. They beat us all the time. And I thought, my gosh, they're really fast down there, so we never did beat them. And one time, we finally made it to the championship game between Pate and Sunset. And I didn't know it at the time, but the governor of New Mexico at that time was there. And I thought, oh boy, I hope we look good against this team today. And they beat us again. So the governor came up afterwards and he said, Mr. Scholl, I'm very sorry that you lost. I'm going to go back to Santa Fe and we'll send down a little memorial for you. So anyway, so after you graduated from elementary, then you went on to
Alta Vista.
Alta Vista. Have you ever seen me over there wandering around with the songs of the Martin Luther King Song Fest that we have over there, where you try out for all these different shows, singing, dancing?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I've been the announcer over there a number of years, and I can't remember. I didn't know if you ever try out for one of those Martin Luther King?
Yeah, in the 6th grade. In
the 6th grade, yeah. I bet you saw me over there.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't blame you for not remembering. But how many years have you been singing now?
Since I was 3, so 11 years.
Since you were 3. Oh, did Mom get you started in that? Or did you just pick it up on your own?
I just listened to the radio and started singing.
So you're one of those young ladies who still remembers what a radio is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a lot of them today. They don't know a radio. We never heard of it. What is it? So, what kind of music held your attention the most, I should say?
Really, just country and pop, mostly.
Country and pop.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite pop singers? We'll get started with pop singers.
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood?
Mm-hmm. And Taylor Swift. And
oh, she's very good. Yeah, she's a very good singer. I remember her.
And Julianne Hough. People like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, when they sing, do you try to sing along with them when you see them on television?
Yeah.
And you've been doing this now ever since you were 3. My gosh. I'm just looking at a book that was handed to me, and it's got so many pictures of you in here. And I see that one of them, you were sitting there with Manny Anaya. Do you remember Manny Anaya?
Yeah.
He's a friend of mine. And do you ever see him? Anyway, it says, singing happy birthday to Manny Anaya. Where was this, at school?
No, that was at the San Jose church.
At the San Jose church. And down here at the bottom, it's got October of 2009. That was 4 years ago. You were performing at the Ocotillo Performing Arts in Artesia. Were you? Let me ask you about this. Were you nervous at any of these any of the times that you start singing?
Well, like at the beginning, like right before I start singing, like right whenever I start singing, I get like nervous. I psych myself up, but then like I start singing and I calm down.
Wow. You know, when I was a kid, I learned how to play the violin at the age of 6, and every time I got up in front of an audience, I was the same way. I was very nervous. But unlike you, the longer I played, the worse I got. And I hit more flat notes than you can shake a stick at. And people would just look at me, and they would look at my dad, and my dad would be shaking his head in utter disgust. It's terrible. So anyway, this one in Artesia, now that's you had a big crowd up there for that, I understand.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they give you a round of applause when you were finished?
Well, it was kind of like there was a whole bunch of performers, and I went up, and then I had to go back, and then somebody else would come up, and then I'd go up again after they left. It was kind of like that, but every time that I stopped, they would clap. They would clap? Yeah.
Does that make you feel good when they clap?
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I'm awesome now.
Well, then you were over here at the San Jose Fair, Family Fair. That was a number of years ago. And the Joe Stanley Smith Fall Festival. Now, how do you get contacted for all these festivals?
Well, my mom goes to bingo at the San Jose church, so like the Manny and I will ask her if I can sing and stuff, and then Joe Stanley, they sent a letter to my mom because I think they saw me in the newspaper.
Yes, I was looking through this is a terrific album that you have here, and there's a huge article here about you. Man, that's the best thing I've seen in a long time. That was 4 years ago. We won't read the whole thing, but it was what was the month? The October, was it? No, let's see. It was Friday, September the 18th of 2009. So you made the headlines of the Current Argus.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
I don't know. I just like felt weird that everybody was seeing me in the newspaper.
Oh, no, don't feel weird. You know, Mr. Lutman, our cameraman, and he's our boss, he was in a famous movie years ago. Did you know that?
No.
He was in Fiddler on the Roof. And he told me that he was one of the Russian dancers in this movie. And he did a good job. You could see him dancing. He was really good. But he told me afterwards, after it was over, he was a little nervous. And he thought that by dancing in this, it was a story about Russia, you know, and Europe. He thought maybe he would move to Russia and dance for the Russians. But instead he came to Loving and Otis and Malaga and Carlsbad. Yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, now in one of these, the one at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center, you're dressed like one of the country and western singers, ladies, aren't you?
Yeah.
Where did you get all these beautiful hats and clothing? Boy, they look terrific.
Well, I got the outfit. I think it was at like Benny's Western Wear in Artesia, and then that red hat that I'm wearing right there.
Yeah.
It was originally like one of those really weird hats where they're just like flat on top, and then they're just like flat right here. And then my mom shaped it and made it like.
Well, she did a good job on it, really. I wish the audience could see this because these pictures are fantastic. Do you still have that red hat?
I don't know where it is.
You lost it?
Yeah.
That sounds like me with telephones, cell phones. I lose them all the time. Now here's one that says at rehearsal. Now where do you rehearse mostly?
Oh, I don't rehearse anymore, but I was rehearsing with the band at one of the person's houses in the garage.
In the garage? Why do they send you to the garage? With a beautiful voice like you have, why don't they allow you to rehearse in the living room? Did you ever ask them that?
They had all the equipment in the garage, so.
Oh, the older. We don't want to get you with the older equipment, that's for sure. Okay, now, you were interviewed at the La Tienda also. Let me ask you a question. What does it feel like to be so popular and people come up and interview you? Does it make you feel special?
Kinda. Other times it weirds me out, but most of the time I feel special.
Other times it does what?
Weirds me out, like, I'm just like, I don't know you.
Listen, anytime they can do that, you thank them, because you're going to be a star someday. You're only in what, in the 9th grade? Boy, wait till you're in a 12th grade, and then you graduate. You're going to be known all over the... And Mr. Lutman and I can say that we knew you when you were young, when you hit Hollywood, and Las Vegas, and London. Can you imagine that? Did you ever have any dreams of going to those places?
I want to go to Paris.
Paris. Uh-huh. That's where it gets started. Paris, France. Or did you mean Paris, Texas?
No, Paris, France.
Paris, France? Okay. Now, when you go home at night after school's over, do you do any singing? Or do you wait a while?
Yeah, I practice a lot. Well, I usually practice at night before I go to sleep. We have like a little music room, and I'll go in there and I have a karaoke machine. I'll just put my karaoke CDs in there, and just play them and sing them. Just usually practice the songs.
Do you have any pets at home, like a dog or a cat?
2 cats, 2 dogs, a bird, and 9 horses.
Okay, well, the horses are not in the house.
No.
But the dogs and the cats and the bird might be, right?
Yeah, the dogs are outside.
Dogs outside? Now, does the bird sing along with you sometimes? Because they love to sing.
No, the bird's my mom's, and it hates me.
The bird hates you?
Yes.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because you're stepping on the bird's foot. Because the bird likes to be the head singer in the house. The bird's jealous. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. What's the bird's name?
Pretty Baby.
I'd change that name to Old Grouchy. Yeah. But what about the cats? Do they like your voice?
Yeah, my one cat, Spinks, like every time I go into the music room and start singing, he'll like go in there and start meowing at me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And which one is that again?
Spinks.
That's fantastic. So you do a lot of singing, and what do you have lined up in the future, in the next couple of months? Do you have any places you're going to be singing?
No. I was gonna go to Allstate, but today, but that didn't work out. So I'm supposed to go in February, if I make it, to Carnegie Hall in New York.
Wow. Now that is something else again. Have you ever been to New York?
No.
You're going to be overwhelmed when you get there. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
7.5 million people jamming the streets and the sidewalks, and here you're going to be singing at Carnegie Hall. So do you have to try out for this? Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah, like I already tried out, and then they submit the CD to them, and my choir teacher nominated me twice, and so I just have to wait now, because they have to judge all of those CDs that got sent in from all over the world, like select countries and like all over the United States. And if I make it, then I think my choir teacher will be getting like a letter in, or like an email or something, and then he'll tell me if I made it or not.
Well, even if it turns out that you don't, but I have a feeling you're going to make it. But if you don't ever give up. Just keep practicing and getting better and better and better. That's the way to go. Don't ever get discouraged. Don't be like me. I got discouraged, and I told my dad I'd rather play football. But another bad mistake, because I was lousy at football too. Anyway, we're going to hear a little bit about your voice. Now, is this your writing in here?
No, that's the letter from the lady from Joe Stanley.
Oh, I
She
see.
sent that.
I didn't put my glasses on. I lose everything here. So anyway, now every year we have this song fest, this, the contest at the different schools. Now, are you going to be in the one this year with the Martin Luther King talent show?
Well, I'm at the high school now, so I don't think that it's the same one, but...
Yeah, we have it up there too.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'll probably try out.
Yeah. How many songs have you memorized? Can you give me an estimate?
Well, I've, memorized probably, 100
100 songs
since,
memorized?
I started singing, but, I've forgotten most of them because they don't play them on the radio anymore.
Yeah.
And so I probably have, 3 memorized right now.
3 of them memorized? Well, you keep at it. Don't give up. Now, do you have any other friends at the school that do you sing in a duo or a trio or a quartet sometimes?
No, I just have choir.
And you're in the choir though.
Mhm.
That choir I heard a while back is outstanding.
Yeah, the Troubadours won the state championship last year.
Yeah. So you're planning to stay in with the choir groups as the year goes along, right?
Yeah, I've been in choir since 1st grade, so.
Since 1st grade?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. 1st grade. Boy, you really are something, let me tell you. In the 1st grade, they told me to keep my mouth shut. Anyway, we have a couple songs we'd like you to sing. Would you like to sing one now? Make me smile and feel good?
I have to think of one.
We didn't bring the music with us, did we, to go along with you? So you're going to have to a cappella, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to sing Good Girl by Carrie Underwood. Hey, good girl, with your head in the clouds, I bet you I can tell you what you're thinking about. You're saying a good boy, gonna give you the world, but it's gonna leave you crying with your heart in the dirt. His lips are dripping, hurting, but it'll sting you like a bee. So let go of your love and go and throw away the key. Hey, good girl, get up while you can. I know you think you've got a good man. Why you gotta be so blind? Won't you open up your eyes? Just a matter of time till you find he's no good. Girl, no good for you. You better get to getting on your goodbye shoes and go, go, go. Better listen to me, he is low, low, low. Hey, good girl, you got a heart of gold. You want a wild wedding and a hand you can hold, just like you should, girl, like every good girl does. Want a fairy tale ending, somebody to love, but it's really good lying, yeah, and leave you in the dust. So when it says forever, well, it don't mean much. Hey, good girl, so good for him, better back away, honey, you don't know where he's been. Why Why you gotta be so blind? Won't you open up your eyes? Just a matter of time till you find he's no good. He's no good. Won't you open up your eyes? Just a matter of time till you find he's no good. Girl, no good for you. You better get to getting on your goodbye shoes.
Well, all I can say is that bird at your house, he doesn't know what he's talking about. The cat's got more good taste. That was beautiful.
Thank
that was
you.
beautiful. And you have a couple more songs too, don't you? But your repertoire is, we're going to keep it silent so the people will be surprised when you sing next. Now, where are you supposed to be singing next?
Carnegie Hall. If I make
Carnegie Hall, yeah. And what date is that again?
It's going to be sometime in February.
In February.
I'm not sure the exact
So
date.
we're going to keep in touch on that. Yeah, let us know. Always call Mr. Lutman if you can, or contact Channel 23. Anyway, this album here is beautiful. Who got that started for? Did Mom get that started for you, or sister, or what?
The album?
Mm-hmm.
My mom. I don't do anything like that. I don't even...
Oh, you should. Yeah. I think your mom's done an excellent job. And I want to thank you so much for being here today, and I want to wish you lots of luck in school.
Thank you.
Are you getting all A's and B's?
No. I'm having a little bit of hard trouble because I have... I'm in accelerated math.
Mm-hmm. You know, math, I just couldn't seem to get my math right. I liked history and English and you name it, but math threw me for a 10-yard loss. So if I have trouble adding and multiplying, and will you help me out someday if I need help?
If you need it.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Oh, before you leave, would you do us another song that lets the audience know that we're on our way? Sure. Anything you want to sing, go ahead.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see.
Fantastic. Fantastic. You take good care. And on behalf of Channel 23, we want to thank you all for viewing this beautiful young lady, and let's wish her luck on her journey. Goodbye and good luck. Well, I get to shake your hand again.